very good morning to Elzima Ma'am, our co-founder, Mr. Jacob Thomas, President, Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Senior Vice President, Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Principal, Academic Council members, parents, teachers, and students. Nature works in a beautiful rhythm. We breathe in and out continuously through life. The sun rises and sets. Nights are followed by days. Seasons come and go, and so do the years. The earth spins along its axis around the sun. The whole universe follows this pattern. And just like that, we also have completed another cycle and are about to start a new one. Welcome to the academic year 2021-2022. The school captain, Daivik Satish, will lead us in prayer.
O dear Good Shepherd, my guide and my light, be with me always, day and night. Teach me to do what's good and right, and always keep me within thy sight. Amen.
Thank you, Daivik. The school choir will now present the school song, Hail Good Shepherd. The school choir will present the school prayer song, The Lord's My Shepherd.
He makes me dance.
Jain of grade 7 will now lead us in the school prayer.
Join your hands, close your eyes, and please bow your heads. Let us pray. O dear Good Shepherd, make our school a home away from our home. Make us always feel that we all belong to a family and that the teachers are like our parents. We believe that you speak to them when we listen to them. Give us more wisdom to all concerned with us so that they may guide us always on the right path. Make us know your presence and power by rewarding and punishing us. Let us not become proud when we are rewarded, and let us not become humiliated when you punish us for our mistakes. Give us enough strength to forget and forgive as you forgive us our sins. Shower your blessings on this school for its growth and progress into a big and good school. Give us everything to make our life in this school a happy one. This we ask for your love's sake. Amen.
Thank you, Nirav. Rashi Kedia of grade 12 will now do the news reading.
A very good morning to Elsama ma'am, our co-founder, Mr. Jacob Thomas, President, Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Senior Vice President, Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Principal, Academic Council members, parents, teachers and students. Today's news, headlines, international news. Europe floods, rescuers race to find survivors as hundreds remain missing. Texas records first case of monkeypox. National news. Indian Navy gets 2 MH-60R multi-role helicopters from US. HAL set to deliver first batch of 3 light combat helicopters to IAF. Local news. Farmers hold protest against BJP in Patiala, chase away local leader. Slum evacuated, train services halted as heavy rain causes floods in Mumbai's low-lying areas. Sports news. National Sports Awards selection process to be delayed to include Olympic medalists. 2 Wimbledon matches probed for possible irregular betting patterns. COVID news. WHO says Delta variant of COVID means even vaccinated people should keep wearing face masks as more Asian cities lock down. Delta COVID variant, now dominant strain worldwide, says Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, the news in detail. International news. Europe floods, rescuers race to find survivors as hundreds remain missing. Rescue crews have been racing to find survivors of flood that have wreaked havoc across Western Europe, killing more than 150 people. Hundreds are still missing after record rainfall triggered floods in Germany and Belgium. Heavy rainfalls also hit Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Netherlands, where PM Mark Rutte has declared a national disaster in one southern province. Texas records first case of monkeypox. A rare case of human monkeypox was detected in Texas, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said on Friday, making it the first case of the virus seen in the state. National news. HAL set to deliver first batch of 3 light combat helicopters to IAF. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is gearing up to deliver the first batch of 3 light combat helicopters to the Indian Air Force once acceptance tests are completed. These are part of the 15 limited series production helicopters approved for the Army and the IAF. Indian Navy gets 2 MH-60R multi-role helicopters from US. The Indian Navy has received 2 MH-60R multi-role helicopters from the US in a boost to its combat capabilities. Officials said the Navy received the choppers from the US Navy in a ceremony held at a naval air station in San Diego on July 16th. Local news. Farmers hold protest against BJP in Patiala, chase away local leader. A group of farmers protesting against the centre's farm laws on Sunday chased away a local BJP leader and allegedly manhandled him during a protest against the party at Rajpura in Punjab's Patiala district. Slum evacuated, train services halted as heavy rain causes floods in Mumbai's low-lying areas. Heavy rains lashed across Mumbai and its suburbs on Friday, displacing hundreds of slum dwellers, flooding low-lying areas and disrupting the local train services. As the Mithi River swelled to 3.7 meters in the morning, around 250 residents of Kranti Nagar, a slum-dominated area in Kerala, were evacuated to nearby municipal schools. Sports news. National Sports Awards selection process to be delayed to include Olympic medalists. The process of picking this year's National Sports Awards winner is set to be postponed until after the Olympic Games to ensure that medal winners in Tokyo are duly considered by the selection panel, which is yet to be instituted. The awards are given away each year by the country's president on August 29, the National Sports Day, which is also the birth anniversary of hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand. The Olympics will run from July 23rd to August 8th. Two Wimbledon matches probed for possible irregular betting patterns. The International Tennis Integrity Agency said it is investigating two matches from this month's Wimbledon Grand Slam after bookmakers flagged possible irregular betting patterns. Two alerts were provided to us during the championship from the betting industry indicating possible irregular betting patterns, an ITIA spokesperson told Reuters. COVID news. WHO says Delta variant of COVID-19 means even vaccinated people should keep wearing face masks as more Asian cities lock down. The World Health Organization is emphasizing its position that even fully vaccinated people should continue to wear face masks in public given the risk presented by the Delta variant of the coronavirus-borne illness COVID-19, which is currently racing across the world. Delta COVID variant, now dominant strain worldwide, says Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. As the world finally started to pick up, the deadly Delta variant has now gone rogue. The Delta variant of COVID-19 has been identified to be the dominant strain worldwide, accompanied by a surge of deaths around the United States, also entirely among unvaccinated people, US officials said. US cases of COVID-19 are up 70% over the previous week and deaths are up 26%, with outbreaks occurring in parts of the country with low vaccination rates, US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Rochelle Walensky said during a press briefing. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, Rashi. The speech will be delivered by Drishti Jethavachani of Grade 10.
A very good morning to Elsima Ma'am, co-founder, Mr. Jacob Thomas, President, Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Senior Vice President, Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Principal, Academic Council members, parents, staff, and students. Think of a time when you were entrusted with a task. Running an errand for your mother, doing homework, reminding a friend to wake up at the right time. Did you ever think that the way you do it depends on a quality that is one of the most valuable one for life itself? What is this value? It's trustworthiness. How many of us would not like to be trusted by those whom we associate with? Think of this hypothetical situation. A friend wants help in doing something. They have two options. Take your help or take the help of another. Wouldn't you want to be the chosen one if you really care about this person? This choice of your friend depends on how trustworthy you are. Trustworthiness is built slowly and steadily, and it depends on how sincerely you do any task that is given to you. Life gives us many opportunities to build trust in others regarding our own selves. Look at all those prefects around us. They have all been appointed as prefects because the school community trusts them. It is trustworthiness developed through the years of sincerity that made them who and what they are. Look at most of your parents. How have they built a huge clientele? By making themselves trustworthy, of course. I shall now proceed to offer you 4 ways to build trust. Firstly, do what you say you will do. Even though it's a small thing, cancelling or failing to follow through will create hairline fractures in your trustworthiness. These hairline fractures amount to a general lack of trust over time. You know that a person you just can't trust, right? They were not made so in your mind overnight. It was little things over a long period of time that created the now insurmountable gap in trust. Secondly, if you truly cannot keep a promise you have made, explain face to face why you cannot do as you said you would. You said you would step into a one on one session with a teacher, but you have another thing that has come up, or you are not prepared for it yet. Tell them. If you cannot do what you said you would do, then don't leave another person hanging. Thirdly, follow through with your words many times over an extended period. By definition, someone reliable is someone you can almost always count on. Do you know that person in your class who almost always knows what's happening in a particular subject's lessons most of the time? How do you think they became this person you can rely on to almost always know? By consistently showing up when and where they were supposed to. Lastly, be honest. For example, your friend loans you a book and you spill coffee on it. You could say that you lost the book or try to find another copy and pretend nothing really happened. But it is important to tell your friend what really happened. A damaged book may not be a big deal, but the risk of the truth emerging will fracture the trust. Trustworthiness is no ordinary value. From it emerge many other qualities. Let that be what you try to build as we try to bridge the distance we all now pose to each in this pandemic ridden world. Thank you.
Thank you, Drishti. I would like to invite Mrs. Elzima Thomas, the co-founder of Good Shepherd International School, to address the assembly.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a new academic year at Good Shepherd International School. This is my 44th new academic year assembly, although it is only the second time that I am doing the welcome address at the beginning of a school year. My late husband, our beloved founder principal, used to do the welcome every year, and in the past, on this day, our auditorium was filled with eager young faces of the students, and they looked forward to a new year at GSIS. It saddens me that once again we are forced to begin the academic year online and apart from one another. We had such hopes that life would return to normal by now and that our halls will be filled with chatter of the students as they settled into their home away from home. Still, I am optimistic and have renewed faith that in a very short while I will be welcoming you all in your school in person. Let me start by wishing our students a very good morning. I hope you all have enjoyed yourselves with an extra long summer holiday, as I am hoping that you are ready and eager to begin a new year of classes, activities, sports, and much more. It is unfortunate that the pandemic has forced us to stay apart for a while longer, but I want you to know that we are here at school, are ready for the new academic year. Your teachers have been preparing and working hard throughout summer to make sure their lesson plans are set and they have a full term of fun and learning in store for you. A very special blessing from me to our esteemed principal, Mrs. Sheila Alexander, who has been a part of our GSIS family for the past 34 years now. I want to welcome you to the new year and promise you my entire support as you lead your dynamic team of teachers, administrators, support staff, and all who are part of Team GSIS. I am so happy to welcome you all to the start of the 2021-2022 academic year. Some of you are joining us on this campus for the very first time. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. I hope you are happy to be here with us and will feel at home here, where you valued and cherished. And some of you have been with us for the many, many years. Welcome home and thank you for your dedicated service and loyalty to our team. You are all very talented group of individuals who have been handpicked to teach and mentor these bright young children, and I am very eager for you to get started and to lead GSIS into the best year in 44 years. I am confident in all of you. You are an integral part of why GSIS is one of the top international schools in India. I know we have come a long way from where my late husband and I started the school 44 years ago. Yes, we have suffered a great blow with his loss. But if there is one thing neither my husband nor I have ever done, it is stand still. We have always looked forward to bigger and better and more growth for our school and for our families at the school. We need to grow and adapt and soar to new heights of excellence. We can do this together. Yes, we are still online and we still have many hurdles to overcome, but I have seen us all pulled together through much tougher times, and I am confident in your abilities to teach and mentor and lead all the children at GSIS as they embark on this new academic year. Children, some of you, it has been almost 16 months since you were last in a classroom atmosphere and have had the opportunity to interact in person with each other and your teachers. I know how hard it has been for you and your parents. This is not how we all want to learn and grow. There is no substitute for in-person classes, but this is the situation we are in at this time, and it is up to each and every one of us to make the best of it and not give up. And I feel demoralized. I want you to start each day energized, enthusiastic to learn new concept and lessons and look forward eagerly to the day that you are back in your classrooms and dorms and with your classmates and friends again. I assure you that day is not far away. We are going to emerge on the other side of this pandemic soon, and life will go on back to normal. a new normal, but one that is filled with renewed hope and stronger learning and capabilities. Last but not the least, I want to welcome our new leader, our president, my son, Jacob Thomas, and his wife, Sarah, as they come together, like my husband and I did, to lead the school into the new era. We are very lucky in the school to have new, young, dynamic leadership that can bring in fresh ideas, methodology, innovation, and more, coupled with old leadership that brings with it rich experiences and wisdom. They have so much to introduce to us, and we have so much to teach them as well. To all my GSIS family, welcome once again to all of you, and I am so happy to see some of you in person and some virtually. May God bless us all, and may the Good Shepherd always bless our school.
Thank you, ma'am. We now have the address by the President of Good Shepherd International School, Mr. Jacob Thomas.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you as we begin the new academic year 2022. I had hoped to be welcoming you all in person, and I'm certain you were too. Having said that, I do hope you all had a great summer break and you're ready to get started with the new year and the many challenges and opportunities that it brings. First off, congratulations to both our students and staff for the outstanding IB results this year. It has certainly been an extraordinary year of ups and downs, and so it is great to see these results and truly an amazing achievement by our students and a testament to the incredible work and encouragement by our teachers. Thank you all for making that possible despite all the challenges we faced this year. Welcome to our new students. Many of them have joined the new GSIS family without ever visiting our campus. As lockdowns ease and we tentatively make our way back to the lives we know, I hope you're able to visit us when it is possible to do so. I look forward to meeting you all here. Welcome also to the new staff members and teachers who have joined our school this year. We are fortunate to have so many of you back on our campus, and I'm especially grateful to all of you for that. There is so much work to do to reinvigorate our sense of community, strengthen our collaboration, and enhance our own skills as teachers and administrators. This is an especially important year for us at GSIS as we expand our IB curriculum and launch the primary and middle year programs. As I wrote to all of you a few weeks back, we want to leverage the IB framework and expand our learning methods to equip our students with the skills and mindsets that are essential for the exciting future that is taking shape before us. I am incredibly grateful to the many leaders who have stepped up to make this important initiative a reality, and to many of our teachers who have enthusiastically signed up for the rigorous trainings to make the implementation of these programs a success. The transition to online classes was not easy, and yet after more than 18 months on digital platforms, we have learned how to bring the classroom to the computer screen, ushering in what is now commonly referred to as hybrid learning, where we leverage and effectively integrate technology to enhance the learning process. This year, you will find us leveraging the ManageBack platform even more extensively than we have in the past, fully integrating all aspects of academic workflow, digital books, including assessments and assignments. This will continue even when you're back on campus, hopefully in the not-so-distant future. There are tremendous benefits to both students and parents with the ManageBack platform. It becomes a single place where you can find everything you need as a student, and as parents, you are able to now log in and check on the progress of your child anytime during the course of the year. We will continue to invest in our management systems and digitizing as much of our workflows as possible. Online classes are not ideal, but we need to maximize our usage of them until we're able to return to in-classroom education. And it is evident that is where our children develop the best, through meaningful interactions and experiences as a community with their teachers and peers. So until then, please make every effort to embrace the virtual world and be present in every class and reach out to your teachers whenever you need their help. I've often remarked that leadership is a privilege that must be earned. The Prefects Council at our school is a great opportunity for the young leaders among our students to demonstrate their mettle and hone their leadership skills. We're going to take a different approach this coming year to select the leaders for our Prefects Council, and it begins with initiative. I will work closely with the incoming 11th grade batch and invite them to learn and understand the responsibilities that each position comes with, and provide them with the opportunity to demonstrate why they are the right choice for them. While academic success is core to our mission, I find that leadership is much more than that. And the Prefects Council is the ideal place to realize that potential. The pandemic has been relentless, and for many of our communities, it has been unforgiving and devastating. Yet we must learn to adapt, to thrive, and recover from its ill effects. While it is disappointing that schools and education have been severely affected by the lockdowns that were clearly necessary, I am very grateful to our teachers and administrators for all the work they have done and the incredible efforts to make online classes impactful and engaging for our students. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. The value that GSIS offers is only fully realized as a residential community. And for that to happen, we need our students to return to our campus, which we eagerly look forward to in the coming months. As some states reopen schools and others contemplate that, we will do so as well when the government of Tamil Nadu permits us to do that. As we did for the first half of this year, my team and I will communicate that to all of you when we are ready to do so. As we welcomed all our teachers back to our campus for the start of this academic year, I am happy to report that about 90% of them have already been vaccinated, and we're hopeful that vaccinations will also be approved for children to make returning to schools safer for all of us. The GSIS medical team has been actively engaged in understanding the needs of our community, and we have been administering vaccinations on our campus to anyone who has needed it. And we will continue to work towards doing that for our students when that is also approved by the government. We are preparing our campus and updating our SOPs in anticipation of the announcement and eagerly look forward to welcoming you all back to our campus. All the best, and may the Good Shepherd bless us always. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mrs. Sheila Alexander, Principal of Good Shepherd International School, will address the Assembly.
Good morning, everyone. Senior Vice President and co-founder of Good Shepherd International School, Mrs. Elsema Thomas, President, Mr. Jacob Thomas, Senior Vice President, Mrs. Sarah Jacob, members of the Academic Council, teachers, and my dear students. It is our pleasure to welcome the students and the staff to the academic year 2021-2022. Wishing all the staff and the student community a blessed and a fulfilling 2021-2022. I especially welcome all the new students and new teachers who have joined Good Shepherd International School. 2020 and 2021 are extraordinary years, and it calls on all of us to support each other with great care and compassion. Do remember, we only have our interactions changed, and that is something we are equipped to deal with due to the pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic has created an experience in which you, your parents, grandparents, and teachers, and all of us have not experienced in our lifetime. As you're aware, we had to transition from face-to-face classrooms to remote learning due to the school closure. We all learned to adapt. It was hard. We embraced it, did our best, and learned from it, and are continuing to do with it, and as a result, experienced and learned adaptive performance. Our board examination results are a testimony to this. Our IBDP May 2020-21 results are outstanding. Divya Robin Goenka emerged as a world topper with a perfect score of 45. He was closely followed by Arman Jain with 44 points, Hirva and Chris Surana with 43 points. 16 students of the IBDP batch of 2021 scored above 40 points. All our 61 students were awarded the IB diploma. We also achieved outstanding results for the IGCC Hindi examinations held in March 2021. And we made history by registering our students for the Cambridge Primary and the Cambridge Lower Secondary Checkpoint examinations. And all of them were awarded the silver level in a remote learning environment. We are happy to meet you all virtually in this new year with new beginnings and with new inspiration and not resolutions. We at Good Shepherd International School have a rich learning culture and a caring community. As you know, GSIS is a home away from home. I would like to give you a few tips to help you become a better student. Let us all foster and develop the ASH culture, the ASH culture. A stands for attitude. If we start the new academic year with a positive attitude and mindset, 2021-2022 is going to be a year of accomplishment. Develop, I can do attitude and I can achieve this, and no one can stop you. Your attitude determines your direction. Develop that positive, contagious attitude. Spread it to your friends, your teachers, your parents, and all of us. When you're positive, you will be the best version of yourself. Your success in Good Shepherd International School is based on your attitude, your commitment, and self-discipline. A positive attitude is a person's passport to a better tomorrow. The S stands for skills. Develop your skills. I'm not talking about your subject-specific skills like listening, speaking, problem-solving, logical, analytical, evaluative, collaborative, communicative skills. You will learn that in your different subjects. I'm talking about the skill to focus. Focus means concentration, attention, awareness, self-awareness. Attention is so important that all of us take it for granted. Learning how to react to new information, we can develop the skills to focus. The importance of being able to direct and sustain our attention in everything from, well, everything. Not paying attention is dangerous. The inability to focus and sustain attention can rob us of success. And finally, H stands for habits. Develop your habits. We need to build good habits. Make reflection as a habit. Regular reflection will help you learn some simple strategies which will help you develop regular and meaningful routine. Start with, I am statement. I'm a runner. I'm a positive person. Challenge yourself to reflect more deeply about a part of yourself. Once it becomes a habit, it becomes a part of the character. Let's all, teachers, students, including us, the leadership team, strive to develop our attitude, skills, and habits
the ASH culture and transform ourselves to become an inspiration in the new year. We will continue to be here for you today and in the days ahead. Do remember, this is temporary. We will see each other on our beautiful campus shortly. We don't stop learning because we are not in school. Keep checking our website, our circulars, Google Classrooms for updates, events for the rest of the term. Welcome once again to this new academic year. All the best and God bless.
Thank you, Miss. The school choir will conclude the assembly with the school anthem, O Brightest Light.
We sing your praise with grateful hearts, tears full of joy and pride. In virtue's praise we forward dive into trust, triumphal ways. Come, shepherd, yes, let's sing and glee, our alma mater true. And while we chase our rainbow dreams, our thoughts come back to you. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. We strive for knowledge, light, and wisdom. God shall ever be our guide. Love and service are our watchwords. There's nothing we shall hide. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, through our goodness is nurtured here. We strive for higher standard in God's love each passing year. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. Oh, brightest light, it's you we behold. Oh, garden of light, our dreams unfold. In the shadow.
A big thank you to all those who have made the assembly possible. Please note that regular classes will commence from the third period and grade 11 will join the induction program. Thank you once again and a warm welcome to the academic year 2021-2022. Thank you.